Hi loves, welcome back to another episode of Not Overthinking It podcast. Grab your coffee, your tea, your matcha, whatever's fueling you today, because we're going to be diving into building your dream life Pinterest board style. Before we go into that, we're starting with an affirmation of the day. I am grateful for not only the things that I have, but the things that I have avoided. I think a lot of the times we are grateful for what we can physically see, but we don't realize that the universe is always working in our favor and helping us also avoid things that would be detrimental to us. I've been reading a daily affirmation book and it's little short entries. I am very spiritual, so I'll say, universe, whatever today's entry is, please let it apply to me and may I learn something from it. Just a little way to romanticize your life, and romanticizing your life is something that we are going to be diving into today as well. I think that's a big part of building your dream life, especially if you're a Pinterest girly. With the new year coming up, it's super exciting to start a vision board and to just map out where you want to be at the end of the year. So we're going to be diving into that today and how to use specifically your Pinterest board to guide you for the new year. The first thing we're going to do is pull out Pinterest and we're going to start creating different categories for what we want our life to look like. And I really recommend making this something that you romanticize in itself, like romanticize making your vision board. For me, I love lighting a candle. I have my little fireplace going in the background. If you're watching the video version of this, it makes me feel more motivated and like I'm actually enjoying the process, slowing down, thinking about what it is that I really want my life to look like. And so the 5 different categories that we're going to do for Pinterest. So you're creating 5 different boards, or even if you don't want to make 5 different boards, but thinking about the 5 different elements that you want to have in your vision board. The first category is style. We'll go into each one in a second. Second category is school or career. Third category is hobbies and passions. Fourth category is lifestyle. And then the 5th category is motivational quotes, quotes that make you feel good and remind you of your purpose and authenticity. And I like creating a separate category for that one because I love to go to my life quotes category and just look at them whenever I need inspiration or just to be grounded. Honestly, there's so many grounding quotes, and I'll also share with you guys the link to my specific vision board so that you can see and get ideas of what you want to save. With the first one, style, for me at least, this is something that I really want to focus on in the new year, finding my makeup style, my hairstyle, and my clothing style, because I really feel like investing in your physical appearance, expressing your style, is a way for you to express yourself and express what you feel inside. The more you allow yourself to get creative with the clothing pieces you wear and just how you allow yourself to be seen, that also carries over into so many other aspects in your life. Like I notice when I'm ready for the day in that sense, I am more creative in my content and in my business strategy, especially if you need kind of direction or a starting point for curating your style. Then it's really helpful to just start saving outfits that you like, and then you can look at the common theme. And we'll go into tangible tips for making your vision board a reality. Of course, that's what this video is all about. But the first step is just saving all the things that you like. You clearly feel drawn to them for a reason, and we'll go into that in a little bit, but just start saving. Hairstyles, maybe you want to change up your hair in the new year, but you don't know specifically what. Just start saving things. It's important to look at people that resemble you in some ways. For me, I'm not going to save curly girl hairstyles, right? Because I don't have curly hair. So I'm going to keep it in line with what works for me. And then category 2 is going to be your career and school category. There's so many things on Pinterest where it's like an A+ paper, someone's GPA. Seeing the tangible numbers in front of you is a great way for you to have guidance. Like your brain wants to prove that what's in front of you is your reality. Maybe you want to make a career change. Maybe you want to be a CEO. Like for my vision board, it was a girl giving a presentation in front of a group of people. And I'm like, okay, period. We're going to be in our CEO era in 2025. Don't question it so much. Just save and then we'll refine it. Category 3, your hobbies and passions. So what do you want life to look like in 2025 in regards to things that you're doing that are not school or work related? Taking up a new hobby like painting, whether you already have a passion and you want to hone more in on that, see what it is that you want to be spending some time on in the new year, because balance is key. For me, that's going to look like podcasting. I've saved people like the microphone even, and I'm like, okay, this is going to help me focus on what it is that I actually want to be doing. 5 is lifestyle. So this applies to your dream space, what you want your routine to look like. This is where you can include fitness elements to it, recipes that you want to save. Your space is a huge thing, so making sure that you love your room. Category 5, you can also just include this within the different categories, but I love to save quotes, specifically quotes that remind me to be myself and to trust my path, trust my authenticity, and know that that's enough. I think we all need that reminder, and that is a huge thing that I like to preach on this podcast. It starts with saving, it starts with getting clear on what it is you want your life to look like, and then we'll move forward from there. So that's step 1. Romanticize this part, have fun with it. You can even do it with your friend. I love getting a group together and we're like, okay, it's vision board night, we're saving a bunch of things. You can do this with magazines as well. And when looking for pins to save, it could be super helpful to ask yourself what a dream day in your life looks like. You can even create a separate category for this called Dream Day, but this is going to help us when it comes to our implementation part. Keep that in mind, either write it down or create pins for it. Now that we have all our saved pins and we took some time to collect the things that we want to make our reality in 2025, we are going to do a life audit. You are looking at your list and identifying what it is about your current reality that is not matching with the list and where the changes need to be made. So the first step is obviously acknowledgement and becoming aware of where the disconnect is. So for instance, if you go to the career category and you're looking at the photos and that doesn't resemble what your life is like right now, don't stress out about this, because this is the whole point of visioning. It's not exactly our reality yet, but we want it to be. You're going to see that and think, what is it that's holding me back from having that right now? Why do I not have that yet? Whether it's you have different goals now, whether it's some limiting belief that you have and you have yet to shake it, or something else. Where in your life do we need to make a change so that you can have that? And the next step after that is going to be reverse engineering so that we can make the vision board a reality. But right now it's just identifying what is the common themes of the categories and what needs to change in our current reality for that to become our real life. I have a lot of 90s runway looks. They are very minimalist but still stylish. And so if I were to look at my closet right now, does my closet reflect what is on my vision board? Not entirely. So where can I remove pieces of my actual wardrobe to make space for the pieces that I actually want to see in there? There's a quote that's kind of hard to come to terms with, but it's, your new life will cost you your old one. So with that, it comes with clearing things out that aren't in alignment with where you want to be. Think in the mindset of your higher self. So this higher self on your vision board, say even with your career category, you're the CEO of something, you need to be thinking like a CEO would, because you're not going to snap your fingers and magically become that overnight. It requires you to step into the shoes of that person and practice it over and over until it becomes a reality. The other day I had an epiphany when I was worrying about something so small, like it was financial related, and then I thought, wait a minute, no. CEO version of me would not even worry about this, so why am I worrying about it? Because that's not something that I want to even spend a second worrying about when I'm a CEO, so I'm not even going to worry about it right now. And obviously there are some things that you have to match where you're at right now, but if it's things that you can easily kind of move past and your higher self would move past it, then why can't you? Do the life audit, see where the things are not aligned with your vision board and your current state, and we're going to move forward with actionable steps that we can take to get on the right path. Some life audit questions we can ask ourselves. Number 1, what habits, beliefs, or routine no longer serve me? Number 2, what changes could help you feel more connected to your dream life? Look at your pins and find the common themes in them. If your home lifestyle category, it looks super minimalist, take note of that style because that's what you're drawn to, that's what you want your life to be like, and so it can be helpful when looking at, say, okay, minimalist design is my aesthetic, that's something that I feel drawn to, I want that, then how can I remind myself every day to maintain that minimalist desire if right now, say, I'm an overconsumer and I'm like, no, I love the clean girl aesthetic, whatever they call it, I love the minimalism and I want that, then it's so important to literally just have it written somewhere or make this your wallpaper so you're reminded of it. But like before I buy a bunch of things from TikTok shop, like knickknacks and stuff, I need to look at my vision board and remind myself that I am craving minimalism, so I should withhold from buying things that are not aligned with that. That brings us into our implementation portion. We are going to pick one category or one pin a day that we can commit to, and we can think, how can I bring this to life today? It's not about buying things. It's not about changing who we are entirely in one day. It is just about picking one pin or one category that you feel called to in the moment and thinking about how you can bring a piece of that to life right now, because you are capable, you are qualified, it's possible, even with the CEO one, or if you have $1 million saved, what is a mindset that a millionaire would have right now? Maybe they would think, I want to make a smart investment today, or I want to save my money today so that I can purchase something better in the future that's going to benefit me in the long term. So it's not even about actually having the things yet, but just stepping into the mindset of the person that does have those things. We will not manifest from a place of lack, but we must manifest from a place of gratitude and feeling like you already have it. You can look at your style board and think, how can I bring to life a outfit in this picture today? What can I get rid of in my closet that is not reflective of the common theme of my style board? So literally something small every single day. It doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to buy a bunch of things in order for you to get closer to creating that reality. You can even just clean up your room a little bit, light a candle, romanticize your night routine. There are things that you can start literally right now. You don't even have to wait for a Monday or the first of the year. You can start it right now. It's about how bad do you want it? How committed are you to creating your dream life? Nobody's getting in the way of you creating your dream life but you. It's so easy for us to feel like everyone else is qualified and worthy of the dream life but us. But babe, you are the only person getting in the way of your dream life. It's about doing what you can right now, getting into the routines that you want to have, getting into the lifestyle is about making small actions every single day, taking those baby steps, and creating the habits right now. If you are so drawn to something, it's because that thing also desires you. What you desires you back, because why would you be so drawn to it? Then after a week of doing that, after a week of committing, I want you to reflect. I want you to analyze how you felt. What is it that made you feel the most energized? We are going to be guided by what we feel most aligned to and like feels like our highest self. Do your little journaling at the end of the week, your reflection. You can even unpin things. If you're like, no, I tried this outfit, it was horrendous on me, and I'm just gonna keep searching for a different style. So you can unsave things, look through your board, think about what it is in that week that felt very aligned to the board, what didn't feel aligned, and make adjustments accordingly. The next component of this is staying consistent. Okay, we are treating this like an experiment. With experimenting comes making changes, pivoting if needed, but also just sticking to it so we could give it a full try. Like we need to have enough data in order to reflect. You have something like 3 months of you consistently with the making a change every single day and then doing the little audits to make sure that those pins still reflect your authenticity. There's something called the 3-month method, which is instead of a full year, which is how most people goal set. I'm going to let you in on a little secret that the quarterly planning is something that millionaires and billionaires do. They will set a goal for say a year, but then change it to be a 3-month goal. So that's something you can also do. If you're like, okay, by the end of the year, I want to have my vision board come true. But really, you could be like, okay, at the end of 3 months, I want to have my vision board come true. And that way, your brain is almost like on a time crunch and it's, okay, I have a deadline. I need to make this happen. Obviously, you want to be realistic, but at the end of 3 months, what could you realistically, even if it scares you a little bit and you are a little bit hesitant about it, it's not a big deal if you don't achieve it at the end of the 3 months, but you would be surprised at what you can achieve when you have a timeline on you. After 3 months, after giving it our full try, say you want to be a podcaster, okay, commit for 3 months, and then at the end of that you can do your big audit instead of your little micro week audits, and think, what is not working, what is working, is this still aligned, is this still my goal? It's easy to get discouraged. That's why it's so important to create tangible things that you can actually stick to every single day and that are in your control, and then do a bigger life audit at the end of 3 months. And from there you can set new goals, or you can be like, no, you know what, this daily routine, it's still working for me and I'm going to keep doing it. They also say with the 3 month method that you have to fulfill a habit 80% of the time. So if at the end of 3 months you, for the podcasting example, you started a podcast but you only made a podcast 30% of the time, and then you're like, it's not working. No, you have to commit to it for another 3 months at 80% of the time and then see if it really works. We are going to be smart scientists for this. Give it our full all. That is the quarterly planning that millionaires do. Quarterly audits, you can ask yourself, what feels aligned, what feels outdated, and what's my next goal? Remember, progress is better than perfection. You have to celebrate every little win. The little wins come in checking your daily routine off, checking, okay, I washed my face today, I cleaned my room, things that are in your control. Celebrate that at the end of the day. Remember that this is not about developing a Pinterest aesthetic lifestyle. Yes, that's a part of it, but it's more about developing a life that feels authentic to you and using Pinterest as a guide for that. Because when you have that clear vision of what you want, sometimes you don't even know until you piece it all together and then it makes sense looking at it. That's why vision boarding is just a huge part of that. But it's not about having a picture perfect life. That does not exist. Take everything with a grain of salt. What you see on social media, that's not all there is. My room looks super pretty right now. I did my makeup, I put on a cute shirt, but this is not my life all the time, right? It's just my life part of the time. And the goal is just to get closest to what feels so true to us. With the help of Pinterest, we will get there. When I look back at my old Pinterest boards, I'm like so shocked at how much my life really looks like that now and how powerful my Pinterest board manifestation was. I really recommend you putting this as your wallpaper, your desktop wallpaper. If you go from your Pinterest board to, say, making a collage, you could do it on Canva. Save different pictures from each category, put it into one big Canva page so that you can make it your desktop wallpaper, or you can make it your iPhone wallpaper. Like I said, you can also do it on Pinterest too. You're able to make collages on there. Have it somewhere that you can be reminded, look at it, and feel inspired by. Okay, let's wrap up what we talked about today. Step 1, you're gonna make your vision board. Spend some time on this, romanticize it, literally block it out in your daily planner and be like, I am vision boarding for 2 hours. We're having 5 different categories. First one is style, second one is school or career, third one is hobbies and passions. Number 4, lifestyle, such as your routines, habits, your physical space. And number 5, life quotes that keep you going. Look at what is not aligned with you in your current space. This ad is not what I wanted. I can't skip it. So 1 second. After you have your boards, you're going to do a life audit and find what is not aligned with you in your current life and how you can make that change. Then we're going into implementation. What are some habits that you can start today that are reflective of your vision board? Remember that you must be in the mindset of a person who already has that life, whether it's thinking in the mindset of a millionaire or you're thinking in the mindset of an A+ student. Think about what it is that they would be doing right now. Also with that, we are picking one pin from your list every single day and thinking, how can I make this a reality today? We are doing little micro audits after a week, but the main goal is to stick to it for 3 months and then do a major audit to see if the vision board still really aligns with our authenticity, if it still feels good, and if that's still something we want to invest our time in. The 3 months is the goal, sticking to it 80% of the time. Say you want to start keeping your room tidy, you got to keep it tidy 80% of the time. in order to be able to fully assess after the 3 months if it's working or not, if new habits need to be made, or if you just got to keep sticking to it until it really becomes your life. Every great designer starts with a vision, and so do you. That's the first step to creating your dream life. This isn't just about achieving picture perfect lifestyles, but about getting closer to a life that feels most authentic to you. If you want to keep up with my Pinterest board, I'm going to be leaving my Pinterest link in the description box, and follow me on Instagram. I'm starting to post my Pinterest boards on there as well as little inspo carousel dumps. And as always, remember, your authenticity is your power. See you!